Hi, I'm Christy. Today I want to talk to you about finding the best driver's education program for your loved one. As I discussed last week, there are a number of organizations that adapt their driver's education programs for individuals with special needs, and I'm really glad to know this. However, just knowing that they're out there isn't necessarily enough. The next step is finding the best fit for your loved one. The logical place to start is with the specific needs that your loved one will have. There are a number of different areas your loved one may need help in. Things like an initial evaluation to see if they're ready or even able to drive, a modified learning environment, a slower pace of teaching the information, and finally, more classes or more time for the information to fully process and be absorbed. So now that you have an idea of what you need to look for, you can check into these different options. Again, you can find specific links over on the blog. That's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This originally posted in April of 2019. Safeway Driving specifically lists classes for teens and adults and appears to specifically cater to higher functioning individuals. They use a two-tier program. The first tier is class instruction and simulator work. The class sizes are small and they include a parent conference before moving on to Tier 2. Tier 2 is actual in-car instruction. They include 27 hours of driving. Now, I like that they use strategies that are designed to aid in the retention and learning of the material, while also moving at a slower pace to help the students fully learn the material. Driving MBA is another program that caught my attention. I like that they start with a one-on-one simulator evaluation of the student. This is a really smart way to evaluate the student's current level without a lot of intimidation and without putting real lives in jeopardy. Now, after the evaluation, they put together a suggested action plan. Now, admittedly, this plan might be to wait if your loved one isn't yet ready to drive, but it provides an objective evaluation, and the evaluator can then become the, we'll call them a bad guy, if the answer is that they're not ready to drive yet. Arc of Kentucky offers driver education classes to their clientele. Now, while the article linked doesn't talk specifically about a program, and it's possible that this was just a one-time event, I like that this kind of organization is offering this type of class to their clientele. The final one we'll look at is Top Driver School. Now, they've adapted a program from Behind the Wheel with ADHD. I love that they recognize that kids with IEPs or individualized education plans at school are likely to need modified or adjusted learning in the driver education world as well. Now, obviously, this is not an exhaustive list. Since each of these organizations are in only one area or state, they're not necessarily accessible to you either. So what can you do? Here's a few thoughts I have. First of all, if one of these programs seems like a really good fit for your loved one, contact them. See if they know of any similar programs in your area. Or maybe they could provide some suggestions that you could implement on your own with your loved one. Or possibly you could travel to them and see if they could do an intensive training that you could take home and then reinforce with your loved one. You could also call some of the local driver's education programs in your area and ask if they have classes for individuals with special needs. Another thing would be to ask around and see if anybody in your area offers driving evaluations. Local physical or occupational therapists may know someone who provides this service. Or I received a recommendation from AJ's teacher with somebody who does it in our area, so local school personnel may also be a contact point for you. So my question for you this week is this: have you looked into options for your loved one? What have you found? Has your loved one started a program? I'd love to hear about your experiences. You can leave me a comment below, or you can leave me a comment over on the blog. Again, that's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This originally posted in April of 2019. As always, I'd appreciate it if you'd share this with anybody you think would find it helpful. I'd love to help as many families as I can. If you haven't already, over on the website, you can sign up for my email list. This will let you know about all new content as soon as it's released. On the right side, you can also sign up for my course waitlist that'll be coming out later this year about obtaining services for your loved one. Signing up for the waitlist gives you all course updates as they're available, as well as notification of new content as it's released. I'm so relieved that I don't have to make the decision and do all the teaching on my own. because it reminds me, as always, that life is good and there is never a dull moment.